This is Morning Routines with the I Love Success podcast. Can you just walk us through your morning routine?
Okay, so for me now it is, I'll wake up. It's funny because I used to hate mornings all my life. My ideas, my creativity came to me late at night. And so for me, I usually would get to bed at 2, 3, 4, 5, always, in my 20s and 30s. And then I realized when this baby was coming that I should shift to mornings. And I will say, I've discovered how amazing mornings are. And I don't think I ever understood how amazing mornings are. To me, what I would do is I would stay up late, create, and then get to bed late, and then basically struggle through the mornings. I would get up late or I'd sleep in. And mornings for me were always, I was behind the clock. And so there's a real joy of waking up and knowing you're not behind the clock, you're ahead of the clock. And so that's one thing I'm doing now, is I'm really sort of walking around, and I am taking, even if it's not 5-10 minutes, I'm taking a few minutes to just sit and breathe, deep breaths, the way you taught me how to breathe. Saikapan?
Yeah. Saikatan. Yes.
Saikatan. Belly breathing.
Yeah.
And I really am trying to start with some sort of a quick message in my head that I cling to all day. Because in that moment, in that morning, it's all good. And so if I can, in that optimism of the moment, and I think that's the key to success, is remembering the optimism of the good moments and the bad moments. And so if I can keep that optimism when I get dings during the day, which you always do, that's been helpful to me. I'm finding it is a very conscious effort to bring myself back to it, and it's a new practice, so I'm getting better at it. I'm really getting much, much better at it.
So when do you wake up in the morning?
I wake up now about 6:30, between 6:30 with my daughter, weekends 7 to 8. But never, and I want to be clear, as an entrepreneur, never a morning person. So I was up till 3, 4 in the morning and sleeping in till noon on weekends, 1 on weekends, 2 on weekends. A couple of times in New York, I remember getting up and the sun had already set. I was like, no, I missed it. But I was a morning skew. For me, creativity came late at night. And now I'm really embracing the mornings.
And was it your daughter that changed that?
Yeah, it was. It was realizing that she's going to need... It was funny. It was almost like an intellectual exercise. And I think the same thing, like thinking of October 3rd. I just picked a day and I stuck to it. That it almost became this intellectual exercise of she's going to need mornings. Like that's going to be a time where she and I can spend time together. I don't have emails from the day at that point. And so I just decided that would be quiet time at home. And so before she came, I started getting into regularity. And then when she came, I've never missed being a night person. Because sometimes I'll commit myself to something and then figure out the details later. And I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do, is if you're waiting for something to work out all the details, all the kinks, it'll never happen. There'll never be the right day to quit your job. There'll never be the right day to have a child. There'll never be the right day to pitch. You just have to make a decision and then go.
I really love that, because make a decision and go, because the right there is never. So you're absolutely right. And another thing, so you wake up 6:30.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do? Breathing, meditation, or first thing?
First thing I do is drink water. I'm always thirsty. First thing I do is I drink water.
How much?
I have like the glass. I sleep with a glass of water by my bed always. I always have. So I have half it during the night and half it in the morning. And then it's funny. And then I close my eyes and really try and think, what do I want this day to be? And that's a new practice. I'd say only about 6-7 months. And so developing what that morning routine is a very new practice for me. And I'm finding how useful it is. And I get a lot of return on very small investment. That if I can set that intention in the morning and come back to it, it didn't take me more than 2 minutes.
It's so true. Like starting your day positive, finding some kind of affirmation or feeling grateful. I think that's great. And I love that you're doing that. And it's funny. All the people that I meet, they say similar things.
Yeah.
So you do these affirmations, or you talk a little bit to yourself, basically. And what's the next thing you do?
The next thing I do is I'll be with my daughter. And so to me, my key of parenting, and I think everyone in my life, including myself, is surprised I'm not more crazy as a parent, because I'm such a I'm a producer, I'm a director, I've literally owned my own company and run shows since I was 28. I started my own company at 25, 26. I started running shows as an executive producer at 28. And so for me, I control everything. So I'm not. So my one thing for my daughter is I want her to be happy, and I want her to self-soothe and to be comfortable. So before I walk into a room, tired, whatever, I'm like, this is her first point of the day. I'm always smiling, happy, and it just, I know I want that for her. And so even if I don't feel it, I will fake it, and now by faking it, it's convincing me, it's helping me out of sort of a darker mood or worries about something else. Because her impression of the world is me. And so I have to not just pretend, I have to really check my impressions at the door and be like, okay, it's a new day for her. She needs to feel optimism. She needs to feel excited. She needs to feel like anything is possible today. So I'm going to go in with that and create that world for her.
That's amazing. And do you eat anything special in the morning?
I have never liked eating in the morning. It's awful. Now I've figured out smoothies. I can put stuff in and it gets all pulverized so I can drink it. I have never liked eating in the mornings. I've never liked bananas, oatmeal. I don't like breakfast food. I don't like eggs. I don't know what it is. I have never enjoyed morning food.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
You're a performer. So I've talked to a lot of fighters
Okay.
that usually train in the morning at like 10, 11, and they never eat because they want to feel a little bit hungry. You're more on the edge. You want to do something. So it's interesting that a lot of people that are successful that I meet, they don't eat that much in the morning.
I don't eat in the morning. I never had. So to me, I just want to go. Like, let's go. For me, eating is sometimes is a waste of time. Like, I know I have to, but if I could just and here's the other thing. I have the same thing for lunch 4 to 5 days a week, 52, whenever I'm off, 52 weeks a year, for I'd say 6 years now. The exact same thing. It is from Chipotle. It's an order that everyone knows. It's like I haven't even asked it. It doesn't come out of my mouth anymore. Like everyone knows how the proportions need to be. There won't be ramifications if it's off. But I would rather have that because I know what it is. I know how I can eat it while I'm working, and it just sits there. If I have a lunch meeting, I go out. But if not, that is the default. I'm trying to downplay because I don't embarrass myself. I think it's now 6 years. So what do I eat? Whatever's easiest.